Hello students of Standard 9. Welcome to the e-learning classes of DAV Mile Public School, subject Agriculture. Our today's topic is Principle of Crop Production and subtopic is Biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are defined as preparations containing living cells or latent cells of efficient strains of microorganisms that help crop plants uptake of nutrient by their interactions in the rhizosphere when applied through seed or soil. They accelerate certain microbial processes in the soil which augments the extent of availability of nutrients in a form easily assimilated by the plants. Very often microorganisms are not as efficient in natural surroundings as one would expect them to be, and therefore artificial multiplied culture of efficient selected microorganisms play a vital role in accelerating the microbial process in the soils. Use of biofertilizers is one of the important components of integrated nutrient management as they are cost-effective and renewable resources of plant nutrient to supplement the chemical fertilizers for sustainable agriculture. Several microorganisms and their associations with crop practicals or plants are being exploited in the production of biofertilizers. They can be grouped in different ways based on their nutrients and functions. Different type of biofertilizers. As we know that there are different type of biofertilizers, let's see all of them one by one. First one is rhizobium. Rhizobium is a soil habitat bacterium which can be able to colonize the legume roots and fix the atmospheric nitrogen symbiotically. The morphology and psychology of rhizobium will vary from free living conditions to the bacteroid of nodules. They are the most efficient biofertilizers as per the quality of nitrogen fixed concerned. They have seen genera and highly specific to form nodules in legumes, referred as cross-inoculated groups. Rhizobium inculculate was first made in USA and commercialized by private enterprises in 1930s. Initially due to the absence of effective Pseudo-rhizobium strains in soil, soybean inculculate at the time results in bumper crops, but incense inculculate during the last 4 decades by US farmers has resulted in the building of a plethora of inefficient strains in the soil which replace the efficient strains of Brio rhizobium has become an insurmountable problem. Next one is azotobacteria. Of the several species of azotobacteria, a crocuum happens to be the dominant inhabitant in aerial soils capable of fixing, that is N2, in cultural medium. The bacterium produced abundant slime which helps in soil aggregation. The number of a crocuum in Indian soil rarely exceeds 105 per gram soil due to lack of organic matters and the presence of antagonistic microorganisms in soil. Next one is Azoospermillium. Azoospermillium liforum and B. brasiliensis are primary inhabitants of soil, the rhizospheres and intercellular space of root cortex of grammaceous plants. They perform the associative symbiotic relations with the gramineous plants. The bacteria of genus Azoospermillium are N2-fixing organisms isolated from the root and above-ground parts of a variety of crop plants. They are gram-negative, Vibrio and Spirillum, having abundant accumulation of poly-beta hydroxybutadiene in 70% in cytoplasm. Five species of Azospirillum have been described to date: A. brasiliensis, A. lipophorum, A. amazons, A. halopreferens, and A. erecens. The organisms proliferate under both aerobic and anaerobic conditions, but it is preferentially microaerophilic in the presence of absence of combined nitrogen in the medium. Apart from nitrogen fixation, growth promoting substances, product that is production, IAA, disease resistance and drought tolerance are some of the additional benefits due to Azospirillum inoculation. Next one is cyanobacteria. Both free-living as well as symbiotic cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae, have been harnessed in rice cultivation in India. A composite culture of BGA having Heterocystis, nostoc, Anabaena, Oleracea, etc. is given as primary inoculum in trays. Polythene, lined pots and later mass multiplied in the field for applications as soil-based flakes to the rice growing fields at the rate of 10 kg per hectare. The final product is not free from extraneous contaminants and not very often monitored for checking the pressure of desirable flora. One so much published as a biofertilizer for the rice crop, it is not presently attract the attention of rice growers all over India except pockets in southern states, notably Tamil Nadu. The benefits due to allegations could be to the extent of 20 to 30 kg nitrogen per hectare under ideal conditions, but the laborer-oriented methodology for the preparation of BGA biofertilizers is in itself a limitation. Quality control measures and are usually allowed expect peripherals for random checking for the presence of desirable specific qualities. Next one is Azolla. Azolla is a free-floating water fern that floats in water and fixes atmospheric nitrogen in association with nitrogen-fixing blue-green algae Anabaena azolla. Azolla fronds consist of sporophyte with a floating rhizobium and small overlapping bilobed leaf and roots. Rice-growing areas in Southeast Asia and other Third World countries have recently been evincing increased interest in the use of symbiotic nitrogen-fixing water fern Azolla, neither as an alternate nitrogen source or as a supplement to commercial nitrogen fertilizers. Azolla is used as biofertilizers for wetland rice and it is known as to contribute 40 to 60 kg nitrogen per hectare per rice crop. Now it's time to check your knowledge about today's topic. Here are some questions as your assignment. I hope you understand today's topic. We again meet with new video. Till then, stay at home, be safe, be happy.